Networks declare that we have a winner in the presidential race. We have the story.
Homecoming was this weekend, and if you couldn't make it, don't worry, we have Homecoming Recap.
And a beloved game show host has passed. Find out next.
All this and more coming up on NHSTV Live.
On Saturday, most news outlets projected that Joe Biden had enough electoral votes to become the 46th president of the United States. President Trump disagrees with the results and has filed lawsuits in many states to challenge those results for various reasons. So what does this mean? If things stand as is, Joe Biden will be our next president. Let's look at the timeline. December 8th is the deadline for resolving election disputes at the state and level, and recounts must be completed by that date. On December 14th, electors for the Electoral College will cast their votes, usually following the vote from which the voters they represent. The votes for president and vice president are counted as the electors sign 6 certificates of the vote, which are then sent to the president of the Senate and their officials. On January 6th, the House and the Senate will join session to count the electoral votes and results will be announced. Then on January 20th, the new president will be sworn into office.
Drug maker Pfizer said Monday an early look at data from its coronavirus vaccine shows it is more than 90% effective, a much better than expected result if the trend continues. In a news release, the pharmaceutical giant said it plans to seek emergency use authorization from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration soon after volunteers have been monitoring for 2 months after getting their second dose of the vaccine. Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla in a press conference this morning.
I think that likely, based on impact, that will be the greatest medical advance in the last 100 years, if you think about it, right? And it is extraordinary that it's coming at a time that the world needs it the most. Right now, only in the US, we have 100,000 victims of COVID every day, 1,000 deaths every day. I can't count how many people are losing their jobs every day. So it's a very important day for humanity. I think the vaccine will be available for free to all American citizens. I believe most countries will do the same. We are giving it to the government at quite low price. So I think every American will have access to it.
The vaccine could be available before the end of this year.
The family classic game show Jeopardy is mourning the loss of their beloved game show host Alex Trebek after he passed away peacefully in his sleep yesterday. He was the host of the show for over 30 years, bringing facts and fun to all viewers and contestants. He was surrounded by family and friends during his passing and will be missed. In other news, class of 2021, as you're going about your senior year and graduation is approaching, you might be needing some information. On the NISD website, you can click Our School, then Class of 2021, and that link will take you to a page with information on ordering caps and gowns, senior shirts, and other information. Now Blake is in the studio to update us on sports.
We played our homecoming game on Saturday against Crowley. With some great performances from both our defense and offense, we are now 2-1 in districts. With our quarterback Jake Strong throwing 11 for 17, and Kendall Sims and Kyle Cummings both running for 6.8 yards on average, the score is not surprising. With 51 total points, 2 touchdowns each for Kendall Sims and Kyle Cummings, and 1 touchdown each for Ricardo Dyer, Jake Strong, and Weldon Sherrill. Our defense also did exceptionally well, only letting up 1 touchdown in the first quarter from a deep post from Crowley, along with having 2 interceptions with each Parker Matthews and Jason Laster picking the ball off. The final score being 51-7 puts Northwest 4-2 overall. The next game will be Friday against Granbury. The Cowboys played yesterday, surprising most of us by playing well against the undefeated Steelers. In the fourth quarter, Dallas was up 19-18. However, with 3 minutes left, the Steelers scored, winning the game 24-19, remaining undefeated. This puts the Cowboys third in the NFC East, being 2-7. Moving on to our Lady Texans, volleyball played Friday against the Richland Royals and won sets 1, 2, and 4, winning the game against them. In girls basketball, they played against Saginaw in their first game, barely losing their first game 48-47. That's all I have for sports. Back to you, Macy.
Thanks, Blake. With the homecoming game being played this past Saturday, this year's homecoming court was formally crowned at halftime. Coach Russell and Coach Morrow were formally crowned as this year's faculty Duke and Duchess, along with this year's freshman Prince and Princess Parker Dunmead and Addison Phillips, sophomore Prince and Princess Cody Long and Mackenzie Duke, junior Prince and Princess Colby Riddle and Emery Argon, and the senior homecoming king and queen starting varsity O-lineman Brody Etchison and varsity softball player and NHSTV's very own Kaylee Lavin. Congratulations to all this year's winners and nominees.
If you have an iPhone, you might want to listen up. The iPhone 12 is now available for purchase. The phone is said to have a powerful 5G network while being the largest model Apple has created and the most durable. It also has one of the best camera systems iPhone has ever created. The iPhone 12 Pro is priced at $999 and the iPhone Pro Max is $1,099. The new iPhone might be the coolest model, but definitely is the most expensive.
Student drivers, if you have not ordered your parking pass, you need to as soon as possible. You can go to NHSTV.org to purchase one. If you have already bought one, they can be picked up in the West office from Miss Forbes. Cars will be checked for parking passes starting next week. In other news, a little further from home, The Bachelorette has started airing its 16th season with the oldest bachelorette in history. Claire Crawley has not only made history for her age, but with her actions too. Her show started with about 30 potential men for Claire to choose from, and she cut the show short when she ran off with contestant Dale Moss. The two snuck off together during a group date and fell for one another. They are now engaged and living together. After blowing up The Bachelorette, Claire left the remaining men on the show with no reason to be there. Until then, the show's producers brought on a new woman for them to try and win over. Tasha Adams. She is now the new Bachelorette and will be continuing on with this season. Good luck to Tasha and the men in their journey for love.
This talented toddler has been dominating the game of ping pong. This talented 3-year-old lives in southwestern China and has been playing since he was a baby, with the help and training from his grandmother, a former professional ping pong player. He has become a ping pong icon and has gained a pretty big following on social media for his unique talents. He is a special kid who truly just does have a love for ping pong.
The weather is slowly getting colder, which means Christmas is getting closer. That means that the Angel Tree adoptions are now open. Virtual Angel Tree adoptions are an opportunity for families to adopt an anonymous kid to purchase Christmas gifts for. This is an amazing chance to help those who are less fortunate. To adopt an angel, go to angeltree.nistdtx.org to help those in need.
And that's all we have today, Texans. Make it a great day. This has been NHSTV Live.